Okay guys, it's official. I am driving right now for Via. Um, it is end of August and it's pretty hot outside still. But the only reason I'm really doing it this week instead of waiting till it got cooler and colder outside when the business is better here in New York is because the promotion was supposedly going to end this week. I don't know if that's truly going to happen, but the promotion is on the Mercedes Metris that I'm in. This truck is boxy. I do like that I'm sitting up higher in traffic because I'm a tall guy, but I find it kind of uncomfortable. And, you know, gas mileage is not great, but I'll give you a rundown of the vehicle itself in another video. But just overall, what I have to do, or the promotion that Via has for the Mercedes Metris, is that you have to complete 75 rides and you get 2 weeks of this vehicle rental paid for. Okay, that's pretty good. 75 rides. There's no inner city, there's no Uber inner city certain times. This is just 75 people, bop, bop, bop. So that I find it is pretty simple. I did like 9 yesterday in a matter of 3.5 hours. So it was just like bam, bam, bam. You know, this is just a carpooling service. This is just offered here in New York City in the 5 boroughs. So, I mean, they also run in Chicago and a few other cities, but the majority of Via people watching this video are going to be here in New York. And it's really, you know, about the vehicle rentals, you know. Anyway, I've got a call. Let me get on this one and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I had a call that was canceled and then she got it. Anyway, the lady for the Via was like, the customer, she was like, are they going to charge me twice because I got sort of canceled, or a cancellation fee? I'm like, well, ma'am, I'm really not sure. You're going to have to email the customer service, or if they do charge you twice, to you know, to rebuttal through the email. And anyway, she was like, do they have a customer number? And I'm like, well, I don't think so. I think you have to email. So anyway, you know, Via's, they even say this when you go pick up the vehicle and talk to the reps, that the app is not where they want it to be. So given that, you just have to go with it, especially with navigation. I find it's not that the navigation is that bad, but it'll tell you to get on the ramp and you're like, okay, there's 2 ramps, which one? And you just sort of have to like figure out where the blue line is going. I'm not kidding you, that the navigation, you know, so far I haven't had any trouble with it, you know, but when you're getting on the ramp, it's nice to know if you're going east or west, you know. And I don't really care for the navigation, but this is a whole trial period. I don't know if I'm going to run Via after this, but you know, and it's also like to change someone's you know, destination. I find Uber finds it very easy to do so, and Via is sort of difficult, or I haven't figured it out yet. I actually had to cancel or go offline in order to drop this lady off at the address that she wanted. So it was really kind of strange with that, you know. And one thing about going back to like navigation, you know, I don't need a Bing in my phone every time I need to take a turn. That is freaking annoying. Okay, Bing, listen, I can figure that out. And also, this is a note to other drivers or those potential drivers out there. If you have your navigation on, no matter what you're using, and it's speaking out loud while the customer's in the car, turn left at the next intersection. You know what? You're not professional. I'm going to say that right away, because I've been a rider a lot. And listen, that's the last thing I care about, is your navigation or listening to it. You know, if you can't follow a visual navigation, then you probably need to go do some other type of job. And that to me is just a pet peeve when I'm a rider. So I don't do that, obviously. You know, I spoke about, you know, doing Uber first because of the navigation. You have choices with the Waze and with the Google Maps, and I find those a lot easier to, you know, to navigate with. You know, one thing I did when I picked up this Metris and I spoke to the Via rep, you know what he said to me? He said, the Metris is on a 2-week, or he said, after 2 weeks of the month-long, you know, quote-unquote contract you have with this vehicle that you can switch it. That's not the case. The people at American Leasing said no, the mattress is, they basically want this vehicle out for a month, and they're willing to let Via pay for it for 2 weeks in order to do so. So don't think you're going to go in and change things. I already, figured that out. I did last night go home and kind of look over the app, and it did show me my trips, and the money seemed to be pretty decent, for these trips. I am in flex mode. I've not been in blue mode yet. I kind of find it hard to drive for 30 minutes just to get into an hourly rate. I'm in Williamsburg, and I got to drive into the city 30 minutes just to go to the terminal to start my hourly rate. I've got rides right outside my front door. Why would I need to go driving 30 minutes just to start an hourly basis? So that to me is a little bit, awkward. I like I said, I haven't really done this, all the math on that yet. So I'm gonna try it just to see how it goes. But I'm more of a pickup by the, get paid, as it goes. I really do start to appreciate more about the Uber app as I'm using this Via app, based on the fact that after a ride I can look right away and see how much I made. And I also like the fact that I can cash out right away. Now, Via, since they're paying for this car and they pay only weekly, there's no cash outs, you're pretty much tied to them to pay for the vehicle. So your vehicle is run through their app, or should I say through their payroll, the vehicle is. I don't necessarily like that. I think after 2 weeks I'm going to change that. But the lady at the American Leasing said that I could, make up the difference if I don't make enough through Via, so I can use the other apps. Anyway, I'm out here at Coney Island. I've been using the flex mode, and it's been taking me on long trips. I've only done like 4 trips today in, 3 hours or so, versus yesterday I had like 9 already in at this time. So I'm just going to, and there's not really much call for, for Via out near Coney Island. So I've turned on Uber as well. I might set a destination to head back home, take a break. I got started a little bit late today. But anyway, guys, I'm going to keep you going as it goes. So far, so good. Via's not that bad. The promotion is what's got me doing it. And I think there's a lot of information. If you want to, email me below. Guys, if you want to sign up for the Via, I've also got a link down there. And I've got a ride coming up here now, so definitely please like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. And like I said, I'd love to answer questions. And this is pretty much just me as I'm seeing things. I'm not an expert by any means, don't plan to be. I'm just doing this sort of part-time, and there's not a lot of information out there. So I'd like to help inform, okay? And if you're out here, I'll see you on the road.